Today I'll be showing you a very simple look, something that you can finish in exactly 5 minutes. It is a day smoky, which would mean not using too many colors, but just trying to blend out a lot of eyeshadow and doing very muted nude kind of lips. So to start off, I will be using a MAC Prep Plus Prime, which is brilliant as a face primer. Now this we would just take in the middle finger, just a little bit, massage it in between both the hands and blend it all over her face. Now remember that a primer is not a moisturizer, so you will have to use a moisturizer first. Leave it on for around 10-15 minutes and then move on to using a face primer. Next step after a face primer is using a foundation or a concealer. Looking at Pooja's skin, I don't see many flaws that I would like to correct. So I will just move on directly to a foundation without using a concealer. Now even for a foundation, I will not be using anything that's heavy, something that's light, which would mean not a liquid foundation nor a cream foundation. A powder foundation would be very good, especially for in a humid weather, and also if you have a look at her skin, she doesn't have too many spots or blemishes that we need to cover. So we would keep the liquid foundation and cream foundation for the night time, and for the day, just for a touch-up kind of a thing, you could use a Studio Fix powder foundation. This is what it looks like. It comes with a sponge down below. So very easy and simple to use and carry. So using the same sponge, just taking a little bit of product on the sponge, dabbing off the excess and just gently rubbing it all over her face. Now this will be very nice for the day because we do not want it to look very heavy and cakey. In case if you have too much of dark circles or you want to cover something in particular, you'll have to use a concealer. Dot it wherever you need to and then just blend it with your fingers. Now for the next step, I will be using a brown color pencil, smudge that for the smoky look, and then wear her the same brown as a kajal and then smudge that as well. So this is an NYX pencil. This was bought online. You get a huge variety of colors and the pencil is very good because these tend to smudge. So using them as kajal is a very bad idea because you'll find them all over your eyes. But using them as a smoky kajal pencil that is used as an eyeliner and smudging it, very good. Now you can just draw a very shabby line. You don't have to be very particular of how you're using it. And then using a pencil brush which looks like this. This is a MAC 219 brush and it's called a pencil brush because its tip is very nicely pointed. So using that brush, just blending it upwards. So this way you are nicely balancing out the shade and it looks darkest at the tip, that is at the lash line, and then once you go higher it fades out. In case if you feel it's lighter, go on, add a little bit more product. Now once we're done with the brown, now because we've applied a creamy pencil, we'll have to do it over with powder because the combination of powder and cream go very well. Now if you leave the cream the way it is, it would tend to crease into her lines and she'll start getting lines over there and it would look very shabby and odd. So just to give it like a layer on top, I'm going to use a color by MAC, this one. This is called Swiss Chocolate. So just taking a little bit on a blending brush which looks like this. This is a MAC 217 brush and just applying a little bit on her eyelid, a very gentle wash, and then going over the crease because that is where the lines tend to form, and this will totally mattify the eyeshadow. Now generally whenever you see people doing their eyes or an eye makeup, the area of the brow bone which is just below the eyebrow, this area is generally left empty and you use a shiny shimmery kind of a highlighter. So that always has to be very nude, and for this kind of a look I'll be using a color called Rice Paper by MAC. This is what it looks like. Taking a little bit onto the brush, dabbing off the excess and just applying a little bit below the eyebrow. So now anything that is shimmery and a light color, it tends to highlight. So this will really stand out in photographs or under bright light. Next, we'll be using the same pencil that we used for the brown, the NYX pencil, and using it as a kajal. Now, like I said, this pencil would tend to smudge, so make sure that you are using the powdered eyeshadow below the eye just to give it a smudged effect, because again this is meant to be smoky, so that way it will lock the cream off the pencil and it will give it a very soft smoky kind of a look. So using the same pointed brush and very gently brushing a little bit of color down. Now if you want to change the look a little bit and make it like a more dramatic smoky eye, you could add a shimmery color just in the center of the eyelid, which would mean somewhere around here, to just add a pop of color if you feel that is required. But since we are doing a day smoky, that would not be required. But if you want to convert a day smoky to a night smoky, you could let the brown be the way it is and just add on a hint of a shimmery bronze copper color in the center of the eyelid. Now, Pooja has already got light brown eyes, so I think the entire look suits her extremely well, because brown eyeshadow and brown eyes complement each other beautifully. Now going on to curling Pooja's lashes. Using a lash curler, taking all the hair into the curler and just pressing it. So press, release, press, release, press, release. Do this at least 10 times. And then very gently open it and take it all off. Now this way your lashes will stay on the way it is, especially when you're going to use mascara. Now for the mascara, again using the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express. Using it from above, wiggle the wand and using it for below. In case if there's anything that has smudged, you can wipe it all off when it is dry. So don't worry that you're going to ruin your eye makeup. Next, moving on to the blush. I'm using the MAC 129 shorthand brush. So anything that's fluffy, anything that's dome shaped and moves very softly around the cheek area will work good. Using a peachish color, because I think the entire look will get complemented with a peach blush. This is from BND, the Bharat and Doris Godambe line. So using a little bit of this and asking Pooja to smile and having her smile and apply a little bit on her cheek, the apples of her cheeks, so that it gets a very natural glow. And again, remember this is a day look, so you will have to apply as less as possible because it might just stand out too much if you're going out somewhere in the sun. The last step out of all of this would be using a lipstick. Now again, keeping the day look in mind, I'm using something which is extremely light. This is Spice Pencil by MAC and it is a pinkish brown color if you have a look. And this complements almost any lipstick, and this is the lipstick called Kinda Sexy, again by MAC, and it's got a slight pink undertone but it has a little bit of a brown also. So first coating the lip with the lip pencil, just outline your lips to the shape, to its actual shape, and then fill it all in with the pencil, and then you can go over with the lipstick. Now this way your lipstick will last for very long, but make sure that your lips are nice and moist and you've applied a lip balm before, or else it would tend to crack. I'm using a MAC 316 lip brush. Now if your lipstick is your own and you want to use it the way it is without a lip brush, go ahead, it's absolutely fine. But I just feel that with a lip brush you get an amazing precision and you know exactly where the line needs to be drawn. In case if you feel like adding a little bit of gloss, if you're more into glosses, then you could just use the lip pencil and dab a lip gloss over it. And in case if you feel that you want to do a lip pencil with a lipstick and a lip gloss, this is how it's going to look. So I'll be using the Lip Jelly by MAC. This is in the shade Scintillation. This was in a certain collection that was launched by MAC. These might not be available now, you could check, but any lip gloss would be fine. Now just taking a little bit and using your ring finger and just dabbing a little bit just in the center of the lip. And we come to the end of the day smoky look. Extremely simple. You just need 2-3 products, a few brushes and a very good mascara, and it will all do the trick. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thank you so much. We'll see you soon.